Welcome to The Dull Edge. This is our podcast where we talk about all the ridiculous things that happen to us. And I'm Shay.
And I'm Bobby.
Okay, and this is my topic. Okay, so I love that your channel is called Let Me Tell You, because I've got
What do you mean my channel? It's our channel.
Well, yeah, but your cousin does it too, so...
We don't do that one anymore.
Alright, well, whatever. But, like, let me tell you. I have something I need to tell you. I have something I need to tell you.
Okay, so just for preface, this happened the other day, and Shay texted me and was like, I gotta tell you! She was so excited, and I was scared she was gonna just spill the beans right over text. And luckily, she was like, "No, I'm gonna wait. And then you didn't show up to friggin' whatever, and I was like, this lady freaking gaslighted me just barely, and then showed up late, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, I should have texted you, but no. Okay, I was like so excited. So you know that? Okay, well you know, but the viewers don't know. Right. Recently, I have discovered K-pop. Which I
recently?
Know,
you just recently? Well, recently, like months?
Yeah.
In like a year?
Yeah, within just like the last few months. I know I'm like way slow to this.
I say there's a lot of people that like K-pop stuff, so at least you're in that on the train, so you don't get made fun of. You're not like the one of the people
that doesn't know what it is. Yeah.
Well, I meant like paving the path for everybody, because at the beginning everyone was like, "You like K-pop?
You like K-pop?" Well. No, probably depending on who you ask, people are probably still like that, right? But
I still tease you. I'm still like, ha ha ha, you fell in the trap.
I did fall in the trap. I really did, like so far down into the trap. Gosh. I'm so far in now. But here's the thing: what was your question?
Do you know Korean? How much Korean do you
know? No, just like, are you okay? Hi, that kind of stuff. Because
sure,
they say it 10,000 times.
Oh, sure.
So you just pick it up. But like, no, I can't make a sentence.
Okay.
No,
that's good.
I have to go to like Lyrics Genius and read the translations for the lyrics.
You don't just make the noises and sing along.
No,
I used to do it. There was an anime show, and they had some good songs on there, and I didn't look up the lyrics. I just was like, whatever. It was better than that, just so you know. But it was whatever. Yeah.
No. I read the lyrics because I don't want to be saying something naughty.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be like out there dropping F-bombs or whatever.
Oh
so I'm like, no, I have to like read the lyrics.
Didn't cross my mind. I was like, this is fine.
Oh, I got trapped in one, and I realized I was saying a naughty word, and I'm like, oh, nope, we're done with that one. No more. Anyway, okay. But like, I just discovered it, and it's so much fun. Like, it's I mean, you can find whatever you're looking for.
And wait, you're into the dramas, the music, or all of it?
All of it.
All of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Anything Korea produces, I'm like, oh, that's fun. And like, you can find whatever you're looking for, right? Like, if you want to find the rated R stuff, you can find it.
Oh,
if you want to find like the happy stuff, it's there, and it's
that's
in spades.
Everything. That's even if you go watch BBC, you can find some freaking, like if you watch The Office, not that that's like the end rated R, but like that's way different than the American version. Yeah. But if you want like happy there's Wallace and Gromit stuff. Right. And so like to specify for anyone, I am listening to the happy stuff. I'm listening to the clean dramas and the clean music, okay? Are you gonna get a pleated skirt?
No. I'm too old to wear a pleated skirt.
Why?
Are you kidding? Because that's for cute young girls.
Old people wear pleated skirts.
No. Okay, alright.
These are the hard-hitting questions.
I'm not gonna do that. Okay.
With the apron around your neck or whatever the F
they do wear some really
kerchiefs or whatever
cool jewelry. They wear some really cool jewelry, and like I've discovered that they have websites where you can buy jewelry from your favorite series.
Are they cool, like the ones where you have like a ring attached to a bracelet? Like the
I mean, I don't want to say
exotic, but like, you know what I mean, more than just like a cool looking ring, or do you mean like
you can find anything you're looking for? But there's a ring from a series that I was watching. It's just a beautiful red ring that she wears on her middle finger, and I was like, dang, that's gorgeous. I want that. And like, you can buy it. No, it's like $45.
That's it. I was waiting for you to be like in the thousands or something. $45.
But just for something that you're only going to wear every now and then, though.
Why don't you just wear it all the time?
Because I have these rings. Anyway.
Okay. You got 10 fingers.
You are like so far gone off in the direction.
I'm so ready, dude.
You're so ready. I'm going to tell you this.
Okay, ready.
So I have been listening to like online concerts and stuff, and just like really, really enjoying some of the music. And I was like, okay, maybe I can be brave. I want to go to an actual concert with real people. And I was like, well, okay. So I started like... Go ahead.
Brave because you don't want to see the people, or brave because you're like, I'm going to a Korean thing, K-pop thing, and you're like, this is embarrassing for me.
Well, no, brave for lots of reasons. I wasn't worried about being embarrassed. I'm too old to worry about being embarrassed anymore. But like, is it going to be scary? Is it going to be inviting? Is it like, are people there going to be like crazy jumping up and down? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from these concerts. And you can like watch them online and stuff, but you don't know what it's like in the crowd.
Sure.
Anyway, so I was like, oh, okay. So I started doing research for some of the groups that I'm interested in, and they're like all touring America right now. And I was like, dang, I want to go to all of these. But then,
all of them.
It didn't work out for scheduling and stuff. But then there was one group that was like, no, we're going to post a concert in cinemas. So you can go and watch it in a movie theater.
Oh, yeah,
and I was like,
Lindsay Sterling. She
yeah,
does
like
that for Christmas, but like your version.
Yeah, I didn't know that people did that, so now I'm like really excited because I'm going to be watching all the movie theaters for those cool concerts. Anyway,
yeah, they got a lot of things, like secret things.
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, so I'm going to be following that now. But so I was like, okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to buy this ticket. I'm going to go, and I'm just going to like wear a hat, and I'm going to wear my sunglasses so nobody looks at me, and I'm just going to like observe the crowd because I was really nervous, like, because I just didn't know what to expect. Like, are we going to be chanting? Because like every K-pop group has like their chant that they do.
Were you prepared with the chant in case?
I can do it, but not as confidently as like the really,
because it's in Korean,
as the fans.
Because it's
usually like the K-pop fans will just shout like the names of the people in the group or whatever, but sometimes they have like other things that they'll say too. But anyway, so I was like, I memorized this chant. I'm like, okay, I can do the chant if I have to, right? But I'll just do it real quiet, in the background or whatever.
I'm participating,
and I like purposely chose a back row seat in the corner so I could like, I don't know what I'm gonna expect. Anyway, so I come in, I like timed it perfectly like I do for church. Like you arrive the second it's supposed to start, so you don't have to like talk to anybody. No, I'm really good at this. I'm like champion at it. Anyway, so I sneak in there, I run up to my seat, and I sit down really quick. But like even before I can get to my seat, there's a lady standing in front of my seat, and you can tell that she is like so excited. I mean, like you could just like feel her vibrating.
Was the theater like full, or was it like
every seat was full.
Oh, great.
Every seat was full, and I was like, what is happening? I didn't even know that many people in Utah knew
a boatload of people.
I'm all new to this, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go meet all these people that are also interested in this thing that I'm interested in.
What if you met my old boss? That would be amazing.
So this lady's standing in front of my seat. I'm like, hey, that's my seat, and she's like, oh yeah, okay, here you go. And I'm like, do you want to sit there? Because she was clearly talking to her daughter, and I had separated them.
Oh,
and so I was like, do you want to sit? And she's like, no, it's great. We can all sit together. And I'm like, hi.
I guess we're sitting
together. So I'm like, all right. And then she started talking to me, and I was like, okay, we're at like 6:05 now, and why isn't the movie starting? Or the live event, why isn't it starting?
Yeah.
And they keep trying to draw me into the conversation, and I'm like,
Wait, were they on either side of you, and that's why? Or
we had mom in the corner, me in seat 2, other old lady, like way older than me with grandkids, because she was telling everyone all about her grandkids, and then daughter. So it's the four of us plus.
So you literally were in it.
Yeah, I was in the soup. And then there was another lady next to daughter that was like super excited as well. So it's the 5 of us ladies, which I also thought was really funny because it's like, I guess this is a girls only event. I don't know.
I don't think I know any guys that are like, oh, I love K-pop. I just know a lot of women that like K-pop.
I guess. I don't know.
Not that I'm sure there's guys out there. Maybe they just don't talk about it.
Well, they probably don't talk about it because it's cheesy. But anyway,
they like Bollywood stuff. People like Bollywood stuff, and that's really cheesy
ladies
stuff.
Are belly dancing. I've watched a Bollywood movie that was hilarious. It was so good. Anyway, okay. No, so the 5 of us, they keep trying to draw me in this conversation, and you're supposed to have a bias, and I didn't know this. Okay, so I just found out about this. So like every group, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys, whatever, and you're supposed
the K-pop is you went to see a dude. They were all guys? Okay, yeah. I just always, I don't know, I think of them as girls. So you either have girl groups or boy groups, and as far as I've seen, they don't mix. Right.
So I went to go see a boy one.
Okay, a boy one. Okay, so anyway, not that it matters, but...
your bias is your favorite person, and you're supposed to follow them and like all of their social medias.
Do you have those little cards?
They did have them there! They had them there!
Yeah. Okay, so to buy? Or those women were like, look at mine, I like little Timmy.
No, that's one of the things I wanted to tell you about. Okay, so like, we're getting into this conversation, about 10 minutes goes by and it still hasn't come on. And then there was another girl way down in the middle of the audience that had seen all of us come in, right at the time. Yeah. And she comes running up and she has like all these handouts. And she's like, did you guys get your favors? And we're like, no. And so she's handing them out. And she had gone to all this work of putting like one of those like trading cards in a bag, and like some Korean candy and like a sticker from the group.
What a nice lady.
I know. And it's like, it wasn't from the theater. It was from her.
Like was she an adult?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She was maybe a little bit younger than I am, but anyway. And so like, it was crazy because then the lady that had been, we're going to call her Captain Fangirl because that's how she's been in my head. Captain Fangirl.
Did you catch any of these people's real names? Yes.
No. I didn't ask. No, so she's just Captain Fangirl.
So you don't have any way to contact them?
No, but I'll recognize her. There's no way I won't recognize this lady.
Oh my gosh.
So she was like, oh yeah, this is kind of a thing that happens at K-pop concerts. Like we kind of all like will make jewelry or like handouts and stuff, and then they go into the crowd,
and then little booklets with the little cards and stuff,
and they hand them out as like trading stuff. Like you can get this necklace and you can get this thing, and you just kind of, it's like impromptu Mardi Gras. and everybody just brings like 200 things, and you all like exchange them around.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, how sweet. And I'm like, all of a sudden I was like, these people are really nice. And I was like, what is happening? And so like I kind of opened up, and she's like, okay, so who's your bias? And I'm like, this is the first CD that I bought.
Yeah.
So this person.
They have individual CDs?
Yeah.
So they don't have CDs together.
Well, they do. So they have like group CDs, but oftentimes they'll also go do solo careers and stuff.
Okay, so like regular people.
Yeah.
Like with One Direction or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but yeah.
That's Harry Styles.
Oh, okay, yeah, like
Harry Styles was part of that.
But they don't break up the group. They don't break up the group.
They don't break it up. They just like, P.S. I'm just going to go do my little biz over here, but we're all together too. Okay, that's nice.
So they stay together as friends forever, apparently.
They don't have to have an argument?
No, they don't have any arguments. They're still all together, and then they go and they do these solo concerts and stuff like that too.
Wow.
So like I got a trading card and everything, and the Korean candy. I was like, no way, this is so cool. So then like we're just starting to chat, and it's like 6:30 now, and I'm like, this was supposed to start like 30 minutes ago. Yeah. And like you can kind of tell like the crowd's kind of like, what's going on? So Captain Fangirl, she goes out into the foyer and grabs the manager, and then like comes back 10 minutes later and still no movie, nothing is turning on. And so it just keeps going like this, and like we're all still talking, and like we're talking about everything that the bands are doing, and like they know this everything? Captain Fangirl. Yeah. She decided that I was her target. So the daughter got the other two ladies, and the three of them were talking, but Captain Fangirl, she pigeonholed me, and she's like, I want to tell you this. I've been to this concert already. I went to this concert in Texas, and look, these are the outfits that I wore. And she had gone like full, I'm going to copy his style, this dude's style, her bias. And she had made herself the same suit that he was wearing. Yeah. For both days of the concert. She went twice, which means this lady spent like $500 because she was out in the pit. Oh my gosh. So she was like right there on the stage, and she's like, look, I videotaped him, and she's like showing me her videotape, and she's like, see this piece of jewelry? I have this piece of jewelry. And then she's like, see this other guy from this group here? I have his stuff, and I make all this stuff, and like da-da-da. And she's like, and I watched one of their series, because they all have series. They like have variety shows that they do. Oh my gosh. Anyway, she like made their clothes, and she was like wearing 4 or 5 necklaces that her bias that he had, and she was like so excited to tell. She was vibrating. She just was thrilled that anyone would sit here and listen to her talk about her favorite thing in the world was this person, and like it genuinely was. So we're like 7 o'clock now, an hour after this live event,
and it's not going.
It is not starting.
What did the manager say? Did she come back and be like, the manager's working on it, or they just were like, oop, forgot to push play?
They didn't know it was wrong. Oh, so they were like, we're still working on it. So she came and told all of us, and then so 7 o'clock happens. She goes back out to go get the manager. Right. Comes back in, and she's like, I guess they're having a problem with not on this end. Everything on this end is working, but apparently it's not working from where it's sourced.
Okay.
So anyway, so we're still sitting there, and finally about 7:15, all of a sudden it flickers to life, and everybody in the crowd is like, ah! It was like so loud.
Oh my gosh.
But it was halfway through the concert, and you can't start over because it's a live event.
Right. Oh no.
So here's our dude singing his solo, and he's doing great, and everything's marvelous, and then like it stops. So we got like one song, and then it stopped, and then all the lights come back on in the theater, and you should have heard everyone was crying. Like it was just like, no, no. Captain Fangirl next to me was like, no. She was so loud. She's like, I'm so upset. I thought she was gonna like melt down. I thought she was gonna melt down.
She's already seen it, but she's like, I want to see it again.
No. Anyway, I felt so bad for her, but anyway, so like then it came back on, and it started flickering, and it started doing that.
Oh no.
And the crowd like was so upset. So she runs back out and gets the manager, and he comes in. And
look at this, we're suffering in there.
Look at this. And then so the lights go all the way back on, and the manager just goes, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. We can't make it work. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to offer everyone a refund and a rain check. So you can come back and see something else. I'm so sorry that this didn't work. And like, I was ready for that man to die. Like I thought all of these people were gonna like murder him.
I thought you meant you wish you would die. I was like, Shay, stop.
I was fine because I went into this not knowing what to expect. I went into this like, okay, whatever happens, I'm here to observe and learn, because this is my first K-pop concert. So I'm gonna learn what this is like and see if I want to stick with it. Yeah. Right. Anyway, and all of a sudden, everyone in that room turned into the most compassionate human being. They were like, oh, dude, we're so sorry. This is awful for you. We're sorry that you have to refund us. And they were asking all these sweet questions. Are you guys okay? Is everyone okay? I was like, look at all these wonderful humans. look at them. They're like in the worst possible moment of their lives right now. For some of this, for Captain Fangirl, it was like the worst possible moment. But she was like, no, it's okay. We love you. Thank you for trying. And like, I was like, oh, K-pop fans are nice. Like, I've got free candy. They're not killing the manager.
Like, oh my gosh. Wow.
It was crazy. Anyway, so I went and got my refund. But I actually sat and talked to the ladies for another 20 minutes hoping that some miracle would happen.
Right, we just suddenly turn on and be like, oh,
and at least we could catch the last hour.
Something.
It didn't. Oh. And but like, they were so excited to talk about this thing with other human beings that just loved this thing.
That's nuts.
Yeah, like the passion behind it was like almost inspiring because they were like, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to be in love with. I mean,
right, like,
you know, but and I fence on Fridays, so like I can't say anything.
Yeah, right. We all have our one something.
Yeah, we all have one something. Like, but it was crazy to see how like they were so passionate, and there were so many people there that had their light sticks. Have you seen the light sticks?
Oh yeah. Is it because I've seen some weird ones. Some are like hammer shaped and whatever. Yeah. Is that what you had?
No,
they
had round ones.
Oh, okay.
Just like a lot of the earlier groups all just have round ones, and then the inside of it is whatever your group is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really cool because they like actually sync up to the concert and they like beat in time with the colors. Yeah.
That stuff's insane. I've never been to. I've been to like 2 concerts in general, but that sort of stuff when you start getting all that cool stuff and it goes with. I've seen at hockey games they have like lights that'll light up and you get a little wrist thingy.
That's so cool.
So, but like having like a little thing that you can wave and it goes with, like that sounds awesome.
It looked really cool. I mean, not everybody there had one. Obviously, we were all the cheapskates because we were at the actual concert. We were here in the theaters, but like there was, I don't know, maybe a dozen of them that had those light sticks and they were playing with them and stuff, and it was really fun to see.
Yeah.
And it was fun to see because, like, I mean, most people had come with somebody. I was kind of the odd person out in this situation.
There's other people that you just didn't know came by themselves.
Well, grandma next to me didn't have anybody, so she and I were singles there by ourselves.
I thought they were both together. Like,
no. So it was like a different family. Yeah,
okay,
not the girl's grandma. Yeah, this is not a 3-generational thing.
That's what I was like.
That would have been awesome if it had been.
That's why I was like, no. And you're worried about wearing a pleated skirt, and they're just like, we're generational up in here in this K-pop.
No, this is just grandma. She's just a grandma with grandkids in Seattle. So I got like all their life stories. This is, you know how I've told you before, like when people start talking to me, they just tell me everything.
Yeah,
like I get all their medical diagnoses and all their childhood traumas. This was happening at the K-pop concert. But they were just talking to me and telling me everything, and like I wasn't even asking questions. I was just listening. Yeah, I was just listening.
That's how I'm gonna be when I grow up. I'm already doing that now.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you about my K-pop concert experience. Anyway, but I just I came home from that experience like uplifted for sure, exhausted.
Oh sure, where you're like you're so excited you can't go to sleep, but you're tired and you're like, I should lay down, but you're like,
like that pre-Christmas or something.
Yes.
Anyway, so like I had to like sit by myself for like 2 hours and just like recover. Like no music, no video, nothing. Just me just sitting there just going, whoa, okay. Because Captain Fangirl was that passionate.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was cool to be around somebody that loves something that much.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So Captain Fangirl is my new favorite person.
There's part of me that's like, now. Take me with you next time.
Okay, come. Go. I will tell if there's another one. Let's go watch these crazy K-pop concerts.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you everything about what I know, which isn't very much, but we'll go.
Oh my gosh.
No. Anyway, so that was my let me tell you moment. Captain Fangirl. She's awesome. I actually kind of hope that it happens again.
I'm still baffled that you didn't like, bro, who are you? Hey, we'll switch like Instagrams or something. Not even phone numbers. Like I
didn't
Instagrams.
want to give out my name. Like,
what's wrong with giving out your name?
I didn't want to.
That's why I said Instagram. You just give out their Instagram or something, and then you just are like, then it doesn't have anything affiliated. If you don't, you don't.
She was going through pictures on her phone. She actually like handed me her phone. She's like, "Here, look at this, and I'm like, I am now holding a stranger's phone. In an age where that's a really super personal thing to do, I'm now holding your phone.
Well,
she's just flipping through the pictures. She had hundreds of pictures of nuts. K-pop stuff. Like everything from like jewelry that she was gonna buy to stuff she was gonna make to like her people that she loves to watch. Like, and she at the concerts that she went to, she got really close, really good pictures of them, and you're like, oh look, that is a human that's sweating on stage.
Doing their best.
Oh
my gosh.
But, oh man, she was incredible. And it was so loud, like for even just that one song, everyone was so loud and just screaming and like shouting stuff from the fandom.
Yeah,
It was phrases that you pick up or whatever.
Sure.
But it was just crazy. It was awesome.
Did you shout anything?
No.
You didn't shout anything. You just sat there and went, oh.
No.
And then it was over and like
and some of the people were standing up and dancing too. But then then it just died because we got that like one song and then it turned off and we're like but then for that one song, That one
changed your life.
It was like a revolution.
Oh my god.
It was awesome. Like, it was really cool. And like, I'm so pleased that the K-pop fans are like nice people.
Yeah. Did you think they weren't gonna be nice, or did you think they were just gonna mind their own business? Like, I don't know.
I went in literally with no expectations. I went in to observe.
I just feel like I feel like, you know, when you go into like a screamo thing, and you like, I know there's gonna be a mosh pit. Even like then you're like, okay, I'm a little bit scared, because that's what happened to me. I didn't go to a screamo thing, but whatever. Yeah. And then you go in there and you're like, oh frick, there's gonna be a mosh pit, and I'm scared. But there's people in there that will go, oh, you don't want to be in this, and they'll protect you from stuff. So like people, I feel like when you go to concert and stuff, there's so many people that are so like, yeah, dude, and like is excited and happy, and like, I don't know.
I just didn't know what to expect from the K-pop group. I just really didn't. So it was fun to see people get up and dance.
When you signed up for it, did you know there was gonna be so many people signed up, or did you sign up so early that you were like, I'm one of the first?
I was actually, I think, the third person in the theater to sign up.
Oh, frick! Yeah, so you didn't even know. You had been like, it could be us three, or it could be full.
I had no idea, and I checked a couple of times just to see, and like, because I wanted to know if somebody had sat next to me. In that corner seat.
And then you're like, if there's only 4 of us and you're right next to me, what the I don't sit there, I sit somewhere else.
But like, it filled up really fast after I signed up. Yeah. So, and then by the time I got there that day, every seat was full. Freak. So yeah, it was impressive. I was like, wow, I had no idea that, because I've just discovered it. So obviously everyone else is just discovering it, you know, self-arrogance right there. Oh. Like, wow. No, it was really fun though. It was super fun. I would totally do it again, and hopefully get a better, you know, like actually see the concert instead.
Actually go to the event that I see some part of the thing that I went to see.
But the funny thing is, like, part of me is disappointed that I didn't get to see the concert, right? Oh, like, sure. You're gonna have that, right? Yeah. But like, I'm not disappointed in the experience. I'm like thrilled by the experience. It sounds amazing. Experience. It was so good. Yes. Oh man. Anyway, I came home and told Ben about it, and he just laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. It was great. Captain Fangirl. So she's in our house now. I really do genuinely hope I meet her again, though. Anyway. Me too. I don't have a witty follow-up question. I just wanted to really tell you that. I guess
let us know if you like K-pop.
Yes. And or anything. What concerts you've been to. Or like crazy concert experiences, or passionate people.
Just comment whatever you want.
Just whatever you want. Tell us about your weird experiences that you have. Okay.
All right, thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye.